please let us know in advance and we'll suspend the recording. Secondly, Quantum Leap is a club that specializes in science, technology, science fiction, everything about geekhood. And wow, yeah, we've got live streaming permissions. And we are live streaming right now. Oh, what an achievement! Saad knows what an achievement this is. So fantastic news. What a great way to start the meeting. So it's a specialized club, it's an advanced club where we have a scientific keynote in every meeting ordinarily, if the keynote speaker makes it, that is. And we also have advanced speech evaluations. We have table topics that center around geeky uh, areas of life. But today is a special meeting. We are destined to have one keynote speaker, again, if you're lucky, and an evaluation speech for us. So, with this, let me hand over the charge to our president, distinguished Toastmaster Saad.
Thank you very much, distinguished Toastmaster Talab bin Hamid. Fellow Toastmaster, honorable guests, I welcome you to the advanced quantum the quantum leap advanced Toastmaster meeting. Uh, we have our keynote followed by the showcase evaluation contest, and as it has been explained by TTM Talab bin Hamid that quantum leap is a is a Toastmaster club for people who have interest in science fiction, technology, and all the other nerdy things. And since this meeting is being live streamed for for the benefit of the guests, the Toastmaster is a is a is a public speaking platform for people who want to become a better speaker and develop better leadership skills. It is 100-year old, and it's still going strong. So with that, let me introduce the Toastmaster of the day for this unique meeting, and he is none other than distinguished Toastmaster Talab bin Hamid. I won't introduce him because we are all getting bored of his unique introduction. So just welcoming distinguished Toastmaster Master Talab bin Hamid. Over to you.
Thank you so much,
It's a,
Mr. President.
it's a good tennis match going.
Yeah. Thank you so much for not introducing me. Again, I've said this before, but Toastmasters have this weird practice of asking for introduction, where we are, when we are invited to a meeting, the TMOD actually asks for the introduction. And we give them the introduction that is like 5-10 lines that I've done this, and this. I mean, nothing is missed. Like, even if we've completed level 1.5 of our first pathway, we have to mention it. Even if we served as a club officer for 6 months, we have to mention. So all of that is captured, and everyone has their introductions ready. So when they send, and then the TMOD or the host introduces, then they go on and on, And when they finally give the stage to the person, the subject of the introduction, the person says, "Oh my God, I can't believe it's such a beautiful introduction. Thank you so much." 99% of the time, that beautiful introduction is written by the person himself. So that's a few of the weird things about Toastmasters. And honestly, it took me the longest time to get used to. For the longest time, I didn't even provide the introductions. But at the same time, someone pointed this out to me. Okay, that someone was DTM Cynthia Stott actually. She said that, if you spend a few hours, a few years in Toastmasters, no matter whether you're a DTM or a club officer, district officer, or just a member, if you have if you have spent a few months or years in Toastmasters, then you better start giving back. And one part of giving back is actually participating in meetings, doing roles, doing keynotes, doing educational sessions, or acting as guest speaker, however that is. No matter what you're doing in a Toastmaster meeting, you are actually serving. And when we are doing that, your audience needs to know why they should care about. Why should they care about whatever you have to say? And that is where your credentials come in. So, for example, if any of us is in a training session in another district where they don't know us, right? And for example, if we are training them about, let's say, the role of VPPR or club quality, they should know that what credentials do we have with respect to that in order for us to be credible. So that is a balance we have to strike. And I see two guests here. Let's introduce them. First of all, we have Toastmaster Hira Zainab from Contour, Islamabad. Toastmaster Hira, lovely to see you. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Thank you. And Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I am Hira Zainab. I'm fairly new in the Toastmasters journey. Our club was founded roughly 6 months ago, and I'm serving as the president for Contour Toastmasters Islamabad Club. Other than that, I'm Vice President Strategic Affairs at Contour Software, which is a Canadian company, and I'm leading mergers and acquisitions for this entire region. I'm also consulting with government on different projects in terms of policies and skill development.
And she's also the winner of area speech contest, evaluation speech contest.
Yep.
Wow, absolutely fantastic. And you can truly be proud, Toastmaster Hira, because you did not write that introduction for me. Instead, we learned all that about you. Absolutely fantastic to have you. Next, we have Toastmaster Fiza Aziz. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Fiza Aziz. I'm from Karachi Toastmasters Club. I've been affiliated since last 6-7 months, and I work in HBL, and I have been giving my speeches, and it's quite a lovely experience. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Fiza. It's incredible to say, remember that it's merely been 6-7 months. What a spell it has been in terms of your activity, in terms of the quality of your speeches, and in terms of the everything that you bring to Toastmasters meetings. Thank you so much for joining us today. And with that, let's get on with our evaluation contest because our keynote speaker is missing in action. Anyhow, if he joins, then he joins. We'll peg him for after the contest. So today is a showcase contest, which means that we are a little bit relaxed with respect to the rules and regulations of Toastmasters. It will be the evaluation contest, of course, will follow everything that is written in the ballot. But it may deviate in terms of having the minimum number of judges and all. And the reason for that is that we have 3 nominees for evaluation speech contest. And one of them is already ineligible, but they are competing. And they're the reason we are having this contest. So yeah, settle on a showcase contest, all right? you're not going to have a proper contest. Because if it were a proper contest, you would not have been competing. You know who you are. Anyhow. So, but at the same time, the contest rules will be followed, the timing will be followed, the ballot will be followed. And right now, what I'm doing is I'm putting up the names of the 3 contestants in our randomizer. So our 3 contestants is Toastmaster Imran Rana, Toastmaster Zahra Ibrahim, and Toastmaster Arab Rizwan. And yeah, can everyone see this? Right. Just for my
Yes.
knowledge, do you see anything else or just this window?
What will happen if we see anything else, Talha? What is DTM
We are
Talha?
seeing
What is
everything.
open?
We are seeing everything.
Yeah, my KPIs are open
No,
behind
I
that.
know, I know what you see last night.
Yeah.
Morning before Fajr. DTM Talha, I protest. The names should be
What?
kept with the second name, the surname in alphabetical order.
Okay. So
Let's play protest.
Yes, let's play contest.
wow, that has to be a record. Anyhow. Now is it okay, Madam Arab?
So it is.
Yeah. All right. So now I'm randomizing. Again. And again. So this is the contestant order. I'm putting it down in the chat box as well. So now DTM Saad will be acting as the chief judge. So Mr. Chief Judge, do you have anything to say?
No, actually, everything is covered. The judges are ready and we can begin.
All right. Thank you so much. And all the contestants are present. Please turn on your screens, videos. All right. Even if you can't, right? Yeah, that is better. And what about you, Toastmaster Iram?
See, I timed myself after the keynote speech. You know me.
That's true.
Can I
for
show my husband?
Why not? Why not?
No.
So, since this is a showcase contest, we are taking a few liberties. I will be also the timer for the speeches and the test speech as well. And what else? So, Sapriza, can you turn on your screen?
Just a moment, sir.
Yeah, sure. Also, please share the title of your speech.
Can you, sir, see me? Am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are audible and visible. Yes. So, please, if you can share the title of your speech here.
The title of the speech is Grief.
Grief. Speech title is Grief. And all right. So what I'll be doing is I'll be spotlighting Toastmaster Fiza, and I'll be raising my virtual hand for the timing.
I have to see the
And
timer, sir.
yeah. So can you see my window?
No, I can't.
Okay, let me. You are on a mobile device, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay, can you see it now?
No.
Can you guide?
Maybe you can
Sal?
If she can go to the gallery view, she can see everyone.
Yeah, I think you need to be on the gallery view. If you can switch to the gallery view.
I can't go to the gallery view because it's not working. My Zoom is not working.
No,
because it's
but you're on a
You need
mobile
to
phone, right?
mobile.
swap
Yeah.
the mobile phone.
Just swipe, just swipe.
Or maybe we can not is spotlight the speaker or anyone.
Okay,
That
remove
might
Yeah,
help.
the
that
remove the spotlight, then ask her to swipe the mobile screen, and then
right.
in that way she can go to.
Okay. Yeah. So now, Fiza, you can swipe and see all the windows. Can you?
But I can't see the timer.
I am the timer.
Okay.
Can you see me?
Can I put myself in the other window because I can't concentrate? It's kind of
Yeah, sure. Sure. Go ahead. Go ahead. All right. So, okay. Everyone, please put your hands together for Toastmaster Fiza, our test speaker. The title of her speech is Grief. Grief, Toastmaster Fiza Aziz.
by the gray raise of hands. How many you have ever experienced grief? Everyone have experienced grief. I think when you feel grief, it hits you in different places. It hits you where you even never thought it would hit you. Everyone in this life, in this world, have experienced a loss of loved one, a loss of financial loss. I have lost both. When I lost my father in June 2018 at 6:45 p.m., I thought my world died. He was a very happy man. He was my hero, my superhero. He taught me, he brought me up. He used to dance with me. He used to read books with me. He used to take me to school and then he used to drop me. He was my everything. But when you lose somebody like that, you are not ready for that. The impact is still in your mind and you are still thinking, what just happened? You lost your parent who you see every day. It's been 5 years and there does not goes a day that I don't think about him. Fellow Toastmasters, I'm going to talk about grief. What exactly is grief? Basically, grief is a very elaborate topic. We can't talk about it because, of course, everyone experiences grief in a very different way. It's very personal. But for a girl and a firstborn daughter who has been doing things on her own for 5 years, grief hits you differently. I am not allowed to grieve. I am not allowed to cry. I can't even put myself in a position that I can cry properly. Grief has made me very, very strong, yet it has made me difficult and moody and anxious. And this grief is just so hard to bear with it. And with that come other griefs. Like basically in 2020, my sister was getting engaged. I missed my father very much, and I had to take a leadership role to do everything in my family to protect it and to make sure the wedding goes without a hitch. In 2021, just right before 5 days before getting married, my mother decided to fall down. When she fell, her all bones crashed and She was admitted to the hospital. She came into a wheelchair. And now things changed again for me. Both of my parents could not attend my sister's wedding. I had to manage the whole wedding in my own. Grief is an emotion that I even can't explain. It's very personal. I cry in the nights just thinking what will happen in the future, what is going to do, what I'm going to do. Because if you see now, I'm still in a very dark tunnel and I can't come out of it, no matter what happens. To the world, I'm this happy, bubbly fizzer, but inside, I know what wars I'm fighting and what am I going through myself. But that doesn't mean hope is lost. Angels exist between us. There are people in this world who will take your hand and pull you over from that grief and put you out there and bring you so much happiness that you can't even imagine. Grief comes along with lessons. You learn. You learn through people. You learn what people were. You learn how people were. They were masked, they were wearing. And there's a very famous Japanese quote I would like to explain. There are three faces in every person's life. One, he shows in his family. Two, when he shows his friends. And third, that he shows himself. And when grief hits, all the masks are coming off and you see the reality in your life. Grief is a balance of happiness, and happiness is grief. When you feel it, you don't understand it. The emotions you go through, the tears that you go through, it makes you uncontrollable. It makes you broken and shattered. But then again, you have to get up because you don't have a choice. You have to get up because you have to go to work. You have to get up because you have a family, a responsibility. You are not allowed to grieve. You are just stay in the corner and think about, what did I just do? Why can't I grieve? And you are not allowed for that. I wish there was a period where I could have grieved properly, but I can't. I'm still grieving, and the impacts of grief is still hitting and hitting and hitting. And it's not gone. There are things that I do, I meditate, I pray, but it's still in the mind and my mind collapses. Nothing could make me happy. There are changes in my life. I used to come with all smiles, but now I don't smile anymore. I'm much more wiser, but that wisement comes with a cost. I lost my happiness and smiles. And I wish to be back. I wish to come back with smiles, but I can't. Ladies and gentlemen, grief is an elaborate emotion. I can't explain it in this very short speech, but what can I say? Grief has made me strong and yet difficult. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Hira. I will be putting on the time of the speech in the chat box for everyone to see, all the contestants. And now I'm putting 5 minutes on the clock for the contestants to compile the 5 minutes are over. So I think we can now create breakout groups and usher Toastmaster Zara and Toastmaster Era to the breakout group.
I'm the first speaker.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. So getting a notification to enter the breakout room.
Okay. So they are now in the breakout room. And all right. So our first evaluator for today is Toastmaster Imran. Toastmaster Imran, the timing will be done by DTM Sat.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we are going to change the background, right?
Yes.
There are two sources.
This
The
one.
Okay, avatar one. Okay.
Yes, the avatar one.
Yes.
Okay. Everyone put your hands together for Toastmaster Imran Rana, evaluator 1.
Grief has made me wiser. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, today Toastmaster Fiza Aziz delivered a wonderful and thought-provoking speech with full of emotions. And she told us about a physical situation that is called a grief. Toastmaster Fiza, you started with a question and instantly grabbed the audience attention. That is the best way to start the speech. And then you told us a very emotional story about a person that was the most important person in your life, and that was about your father. You told the beautiful relationship of a father and a daughter, and unfortunately, in June 2018, you lost that person. You know what? I was totally involved into your speech. Uh, I'm a father of three children, the two sons, and now I'm a father of a girl. Now I am realizing that what is the relationship between a father and a daughter. Now I can understand that, because before that, my two sons, we always fight, we always play. But when I become the father of a daughter, then now I'm realizing that what a beautiful relationship between father and a daughter. Uh, and then you told us a beautiful relationship with a beautiful tapestry. Uh, what I love about your speech, that you are a very confident speaker. You spoke so well. You you have a very good eloquency. Uh, you use some amazing words like uh, dark tunnel, and you know what? Means after the loss of your father, you have become more powerful. You have got the leadership qualities. You are now become a very strong woman, which every woman wants nowadays. Uh, since you were delivering the speech in virtual background, so I would suggest you something which can enhance your speech. First one is, since you were delivering the speech in a sitting gesture, and you were using the mobile phone, so the screen area was quite limited. Second thing is that maybe you could use the plain background so that it could help you, so that we cannot diverge our attention here and there. Thirdly, about your content, please never use that today I'm going to talk about this, and thank you so much, because you delivered such a wonderful speech. The content should be in a flow that the audience follow your flow of content. So there's no need to today I'm going to talk about this, and thank you so much. Try not to use that. All in all, a wonderful speech delivered with full of confidence. Try to come up with a plain background. Try to come up with a computer screen so that you have good areas of improvement, good usage plus try to uh, uh, mm, deliver the speech in a standing position. Overall, a wonderful speech delivered with full of confidence. Confidence. Over to you, contest chair.
Thank you so much. 1 minute silence for the judges. One minute is over. Our next contestant is in the house, Toastmaster Zahra Ibrahim. Can you say something?
Hello.
I asked you to say something, not hello. Anyhow, I believe you're clearly audible and visible. Can anyone else please confirm? All right. So everyone, please put your hands together. Toastmaster Zahra, the timing window is such way,
Yes.
the avatar one, all right?
Yeah.
So everyone put your hands together for Toastmaster Zahra Ibrahim evaluation speech.
Thank you very much. Hope is able to see light despite all the darkness. Today, Toastmaster Fizzer demonstrated a speech, elicited a strong speech which demonstrated a grief, an emotion. She started off with a question which all could relate to. Has anyone ever experienced grief in his or her life? She mentioned she started off with a story which she experienced June 2018 at 6:45, where she lost his father. Ladies and gentlemen, Toastmaster Fizzer's body language was aligned with the words elicited. As she gets angry in her speech, she begins to clench her fist, and moreover, and this is important to express the emotions. She used strong vocabulary like have dark tunnel, hope exist, and which also demonstrated a positive attitude, like how to came over the grief. Moreover, I could see clarity, and we all could relate to her speech. There was the pace was fine. The pace was we could able to relate each and everything, and it was all crystal clear. There are a few recommendations which can bring positive impact, which could make her speech impactful. As she was in her mobile device, and it was in a vertical direction, I couldn't see her body language more often, like her hands, although the hand gestures were intact, but I couldn't see them because of the camera positioning. Despite an in fact impactful and a thought-provoking story, I was missing on a takeaway message in the end. Apart from that, it was an impactful story, in fact, impactful speech, aligned in a line with gestures. Moreover, we all could relate to her speech, and the only recommendation which I mentioned before was the camera positioning, where we could see her hand gestures more effectively and efficaciously, and we also could have a takeaway message in the end because it just ended abruptly. Although it was a wonderful speech and we could able to relate it, and thank you very much for coming forward and enlightening us with such a great story, with such a great speech. Thank you very much. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much. 1 minute silence for the judges. 1 minute is over. It's time for our next contestant, Toastmaster Iram Yusuf. Toastmaster Iram, please say something.
Say something.
Yeah, that's more like it. Can you be a little louder, please?
Can you hear me now?
Can anyone online confirm?
Yeah.
All right.
She is
All right. All right. Everyone, please put your hands together for our third contestant, Toastmaster Iram. Evaluation speech. Evaluation speech, Toastmaster Iram.
One of the biggest complaints I have from our school system, education system of any board is that they teach us how to give applause. They teach us how to give introductions. They teach us how to congratulate, how to write inauguration speeches. But have they ever taught me how to give condolences? How to share good words for a broken heart? How to help out someone who's grieving? Fellow Toastmasters, honorable judges, and my test speaker, Toastmaster Fizar Aziz. First of all, my sincere condolence for the way you have shared with us how you have been still grieving for your father. And what I feel today in this speech was that this was not just a test mystery speech. This was her heart pouring out. Grieving is, first of all, not a sign of weakness. Grieving is a piece of love. And I could feel that even after 5 years of losing her father, how she has shared the aspects of that story. What I really like about my speaker was that her voice and her expressions were with the story. She changed her voice with a smile and she said, I'm still grieving today. Can you believe the kind of authenticity of pain she had in her eyes? And I could not even say that Toastmaster Fiza, you were smiling while saying that. No, that was a real place where she had the tears, she had the sadness in her eyes, but then she's smiling because she can't stop it. She can't stop herself. Second thing that I really loved was that she had stories in that. So she just didn't stick to the part where she's talking about grief of her father, but she shared the incidents, how that grief, how that story of her father passing away has affected her in different parts of life, including when it was her sister's wedding, and another grief had up when her mother couldn't attend because of the accident. She had stories over there. Third thing that I really loved was her use of hand gestures. She was sitting with the camera a bit down, but I liked when she said about grief, pain. She had those hands over there. She continuously used one hand for grief, and she had another one when she tried to show again pain coming up from another incident. Wonderful use of that. So my Toastmaster Fiza, my test speaker, if I have to give her some areas of improvement, that would be very commonly that we do is that if she could have stood up to give the speech, that would have helped her, that the pain she had with her might have floated all around the body. Because right now by sitting, she had all that pain coming from her stomach and straight up to her face. And she was really full of a lot of grief. But by standing up, it really relaxes a bit to move around. So stage usage by standing up would have really brought a difference. Secondly, I was about to tell her that I wanted to hear a story where she had moved out of grave. But then I would say that in her speech, it wasn't really necessary because Toastmaster Fiza here actually shared that how grief is a part of life, how it's a river that flows on. You can't stop it. You just learn how to go along with it. So all in all, I really love how the speech has been placed, how it was with all her heart. I love the fact that she had voice, vocals, expressions. She had a message around it of how grieving she has been handling. And if she could just use the stage, it would have elevated, but it would have elevated for her, for me. It made a huge difference by learning today that what a strong speaker she is. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Fiza, for sharing. Contest chair.
Thank you so much. Now we are through with the contestants. We are putting up 5 minutes on the clock for compilation of results.
Okay, so the palettes are with me, and we have our podium finishers.
All right. So shall we conduct the interviews first?
Yes, please.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Chief Judge. All right, starting with our first contestant, Toastmaster Imran Bhai.
Yes, please.
Mentioned in your, yeah, you mentioned in your evaluation, uh, the results are compiled, right, Mr. CJ? We can talk about the speeches now.
Yes.
All right. So, you mentioned in your evaluation the difference one feels in a father-daughter relationship versus what a father has with their sons. What precisely is that difference?
Okay, I would like to describe this difference in a way that nowadays I'm observing that whenever I come from the office, I come back home from the office, that my two sons, elder son, he mostly open the gate for me and he just shake hand with me. and the second son, Hamza, he he pass a smile and we exchange greetings. And when I enter the room, my daughter, she's stand up. She always stand waiting for me with an open arms, and she's like, "Papa." So that's the biggest difference I had feel. And my boss Rashid Dastagir, he is a father of three sons, and he always prayed that he prayed for a daughter. I all I thought I was always think about that why he always pray for a daughter, but now I'm realizing that the daughter love is totally a different thing. Means if you have 10 sons and if you have one daughter, then one daughter's love is much more than the love of those 10 sons. So that's the biggest difference I just felt, and I thank to God that I am now I have a daughter. So that's the biggest difference.
Thank you, Toastmaster Imran. That was beautiful and very well put, I must say. But these days, actually, the kids are not waiting for you. They're waiting for your cell phones to get home. Very soon you will find out. I'm just kidding, by the way. There is a bit of that as well. So next we move on to Toastmaster Zahra Ibrahim. Toastmaster Zahra, in your field, right, in your professional field, uh, you must have seen a lot of instances like similar to what our test speaker uh, talked about. So do you think that intense grief can also result in some loss of judgment and mental faculties, even when we are not realizing it?
Yes, definitely, sir. Because when being a professional in the field of speech and language therapy, when we see a parent coming to us and sharing that their daughter, their son is unable to speak, and the child is even 4 year old, 3 year old. Even when we see clients having a hearing loss, and the parents aren't aware that that their daughter or son went through they have a hearing loss, like profound hearing loss, and they aren't even aware about it, and the critical age is gone, and now they have to get the cochlear implant done or the hearing devices. And when we get the surgery, when the child went through a surgery of a cochlear implant, so it's like a artificial device where you can amplify the sounds and all. So it's like when the child elicits or the very first word, their happiness, the emotions we see in the parents' eyes is beyond words, I must say. So this is the thing, and grief is there. Like the parents are in denial. They are in denial, and they just want that everything, just perfectly be fine. Or but therapy takes time, and it's an ongoing process, right? So I think that's the yeah.
Thank you so much, Joseph. That was really very insightful. And that's why you're so valuable every time you take the stage, because you share your experiences, and those experiences and insights are like nothing else that we experience. Thank you so much for being there
Thank you, sir.
and being part of Quantum League. Next, we have Toastmaster Aram Rizvi. So, Toastmaster Aram, if I may ask you, other than getting married, what other grief dictates your life, and that has been the hardest hit for you? And I'm sorry, I'm just going by your speeches, all right? Don't judge me.
Yes. I don't blame you. I don't blame you because 98% of my speeches show my grievance of marriage. And I think more than marriage, the grievance of joint family, being with in-laws. But there were two things that I wanted to try to squeeze into the speech, but honestly, it was very difficult. If I would have done that, it would have gone very difficult. I remember when I came for the first meeting of Toastmasters, there's the one thing that my brother was suffering from cancer. And I just came from his surgery. It was 4 days later that 4 days after coming to Dubai, after the surgery, that I came to a Toastmasters meeting. And I remember that in those few days when I was in with my in-laws in that house and having my startup, I'm the eldest one. And I didn't cry in Pakistan. I was telling my parents, "Dimag kharab hai. Why are you doing this in front of him? He'll be fine. You just have to remove the organ. That's it. He'll be okay." But then there was a chance of tumor spreading further in his body. So I remember that when I came back and I used to work in the kitchen, I used to cry in the corners and just hope that somebody would walk by and tell me, "Ke sab theek ho jayega." And I just wanted someone to say these three, four words. But sab theek ho jayega, everything will be fine, don't worry. But there was no one because I showed myself too strong to do that. And I was very busy saying that. But when DTM Mazhar Jamil got shot in Karachi, and I had my speech written of mentorship, and then I had to change that speech because I was writing about him, and then I had to change that speech in a way that I didn't exactly share that he got shot, but the words that he told me when I brought in that speech, there was a crack in my sound. And that still is there on the YouTube. And that's the only one speech where I lost my emotions a bit. I didn't cry, but the cracking came up, and by the time I sat down, then the tears came. So I could live the speaker's speech today. My father is still there. I cannot imagine the pain people go through when they lose a parent because there's a vacuum inside you that nobody could fill, and we have not been trained for it as human beings. So it is something that no one, when someone says, "I know your pain," no, you really don't know the pain of losing a parent. And of course, losing a child is something which when I read lots of years ago, if someone has lost a parent, you call them an orphan, but what do you call the parent that loses a child? There is no name for it. This is a pain in itself, that there is no word in any language for calling the person who has lost a child. So this is the whole thing that today we were showcasing a bit of lightness, but I think Fiza came up with something that brought us back to the essence of a Toastmasters, that Toastmasters prepares you for seriousness of life. That it's okay, we learn in the moments of fun, but this was serious today, and I think I'm very glad that we had her speech today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Aram. And yes, that is an unsung quality of Toastmasters. You can put yourself out there, and you can work yourself, you can work through grief, because I remember I lost my father in 2018 as well, December 2018. And really, you cannot recover from that. I don't know. People say that you have solitude, you have patience, but no, there's no bridging that gap. I stand with Fiza on that. Like, it's impossible. When you lose a loved one, it's a permanent loss. It's not designed to be. Uh, it's not designed to be fulfilled. It's not designed to be compensated. And God did not make a pact with you that if I take someone away, I'll compensate for it somehow. No, He doesn't. Right? He's not obligated to, right? And your world changes permanently after that. So at that point in time, uh, I remember that this was the one thing that kept me going. When he was in ICU, I attended KTC meeting, and the next one I attended was immediately after his death. But even my family understood. We were all going through that indescribable grief, and everybody was dealing with it differently. Ordinarily, social customs would dictate that, I would stop interacting with people. I would just take a sabbatical for 3 or 4 days and then emerge, you know, uh, with a very diminished scope of activities for a few days. But somehow, this thing, the Toastmasters thing, and the sheer ability to be with people who actually could understand and who did not judge you, that played a huge part uh, in that healing process as well. So that is one thing that Toastmasters does. All of us in this meeting, we have put forth some things that we never would have shared even with our nearest and dearest ones otherwise, right? But somehow this forum makes it easy. And I agree with you that it's not just for joy, it's not just for success. People think that, Toastmasters is a forum where they can just be transformed overnight into motivational speakers. But first of all, I think that if you need a speaker to motivate you, then please re-examine your life. Secondly, it's not just motivational speaking. You have to be a speaker first for any kind of speaker. So that is one unsung quality of Toastmasters, for which I'm very grateful. And I'm sure that all of us, Toastmaster Latif here, your contest speech was so heart touching. And it was clear that, uh, you know, uh, you're putting some things out there that you hadn't shared with anyone else, except for maybe your very close uh, family members. Uh, Similarly, Imran made a speech that, about the moonwalk, which no one knew about, right? And I'm sure, Ghostmaster Jahazet, so good to see you back. You have made quite a few speeches in your time, sharing things that you would not have shared. And I'm sure Toastmaster Hira Zainab is also doing the same thing. And of course, Zahra Ibrahim, who could forget your speeches, where you put so many personal stories that we were stunned to learn. And of course, DTM Saab. We have literally seen DTM Saab grow up before our eyes through the act of speaking and sharing. And who better than to preside over this meeting? And so now it's time to hand the charge back over to DTM Saad to announce the results.
Thank you very much. Contest share, TMOD, or what whatever we may call KTM Tala. And thank you very much, con- contestants, for putting your best foot forward and delivering a wonderful speech evaluations. And it was really worth having this showcase meeting. So let's move on to the podium finishers. The third place winner of the Quantum Leap Evaluation Speech Contest goes to Toastmasters Zara Ibrahim. And the first place winner of the Quantum Leap Evaluation Speech Contest goes to Distinguished Toastmaster Iram Rizvi. And there's a reason I'm only mentioning two of the position because Toastmaster Imran is not actually eligible for the area 10 evaluation contest. So he is the second place winner, and and representing the the Quantum Leap Advanced Masters in the area 10 contest. God knows whenever that will happen, but when that happens, so we will be represented by TTM Iram and Toastmasters Zara Ibrahim. So yeah, that was the results. TTM Tala, can we and ask for the comments of our guests, and then we can adjourn?
Yes,
Okay.
sure. Go ahead. But after the guest comment, there's a little bit of an announcement too, and then we can adjourn. But first, you can ask the guest comment.
Perfect. So we have a very special guest with us. So nice to see him again, Toastmaster Chanzip. So Toastmaster Chanzip, two questions. Number one, how how did you like the meeting? And number two, where have you been?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, DTM Saab. And meeting, I love the meeting because I'm familiar about the meetings, proceedings and the rules and regulations, and especially when it is about the contest, it is always very exciting. So it's like homecoming for me, and I'm so excited to be back. And regarding the second question, I was into uh, shifting of my job and the whole city actually. So I moved to Lahore from Karachi. So I switched job. So it has been almost 8 to 9 months when I did this, and I've been engaged with some different activities here in Lahore, and I could not make time to join meetings. But certainly, I feel that I'm now settled, and hopefully, I'll try to be more consistent with the meetings. It is so exciting for me. Thank you so much, and over to you, DTM Saad.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Chanzip, for gracing us with your presence, and and hopefully things are better now, and with your transit to one to another city, and just for the benefit of our audience, Toastmaster Janzib is is actually one of the reasons that you are all attending this
Yeah.
contest, because he was a charter member of Quantum Leap Advanced Toastmaster Club. So he has a vital role to play in making sure this unique Toastmaster concept becomes a reality. So thank you very much once again. Okay, so I'm back now, and I was I was saying that Toastmasters Chanzeb is a charter member of Quantum Leap Advanced Toastmaster Club. So we'll always be thankful to you, Toastmaster Chanzeb, and thank you very much for breaking the ice and attending the meeting. Hope to see you more often. So with that, it's over to Toastmaster Tala for the announcements.
All right. Thank you so much. And so Toastmaster Janze has been, yeah, DTM era.
So, Mr. VP Education, are we going to get a flyer for this for my social media?
Yes, certainly. You will. Hey, we didn't get comment from Toastmaster Latif, did we?
No, I think we should,
I'm
yes.
having a ball today. I could see him.
We didn't even introduce him. So sorry, Toastmaster Latif. Now the floor is yours.
I was so excited to say that बसकर रुलाएगा क्या इतना रोया आज मैं कि कब पहले कभी रोया नहीं था इतना everybody was like in emotions if I had 10 son or one daughter required and all and I was just thinking मैं तो सिर्फ एक पे ही जिद पे था बेटा हो या बेटी सिर्फ एक ही होगा उससे ज्यादा मैं एक्सपेंस बर्दाश्त भी नहीं कर सकता हूँ No, it was fun-filled meeting. I loved it. And DTM Miram, I don't know how to say it. There should not be any contestant when you are there. Flawless, flawless. I mean, it's amazing. Keep it up. Good luck, everyone.
All right.
So
Thank you, Toastmaster.
that's why I feel so proud beating Toastmaster Arab in the speech contest.
Yeah.
And imagine my daughter remembers his speech, not my speech. That is all the more reason.
Yeah. So Toastmaster Latif, don't mind Toastmaster Imran. He comes from a family of 11 siblings. So naturally, of course, one has their own perspective. Don't take it too hard, all right? And each of us have their own uh, we are given our own universe to deal with, right? And we deal it with the best we can. And this, again, thankful to Toastmaster Janzeb Shah for being here, for being a charter member of not only Quantum Leap but also Wordwise, and also several other clubs. So there are so many clubs which have been founded based on Toastmaster Janzeb's contribution. He's also the inaugural president of Storytellers Toastmasters Club, and during his tenure, the club achieved distinguished status as well. So his contributions to the district in general are commendable. It's great to see him back. And the announcement was the nominations for the other contests. Now we have two nominees, of course, the winners of International Speech Contest, that is Toastmaster Imran and DTM Era. We have evaluation contest winners, that is DTM Iram and Toastmaster Zahra. For the rest of the three contests, the deadline has passed and we have nominations. So for table topics contest, we have DTM Iram and Toastmaster Zahra as our nominees for the area contest. For the Tall Tales contest, we have DTM Iram as our nominee. And for Urdu speech contest, we have DTM Iram and Toastmaster Zahra once again for the nominees. Please keep an eye on the group for any announcements regarding the area contest whenever they will come. I don't know what the rule says. DTM Sir, can you educate us? Or maybe, we have DTM Irab, Toastmaster Imran, and DTM Saab all have been area directors. What does one do in such a situation? Like, do we directly graduate to division, or
We just wait.
the area,
No, why
area
is there a
contest?
question? Why is there a question? I need to understand. Hiccup kya hai?
How many
Because
announcements have you seen for the area contest yet? Area
Which is
10.
all right,
Do you
because
even know?
area 10.
RTC is also going to have its area contest, I think, on 16th or 17th of
Yeah.
April. Just a week. They're trying to do it within the month of April because we have got our DTAC, sorry, not DTAC, PARTAC dates. So the division, they have already said to do it in the last week of April, and in the mid of April will be the area. So you could just go ahead announcing a date right now that we will be having on this date so that no changes come up.
But the only technicality is the area director is not actually responsive to me or the division director. So yeah,
All right. So
that's
one
it.
thing there, all of your clubs in your area, the winners have they been representing other places? And if they have gone till area, they cannot come from this area anymore, even if they have even if they have lost. So if they've attempted and they were in
Yeah.
draw of loss, they cannot come from this area. So you need to get all the winners in place. And if they're represented somewhere, because rest of the areas are all done. So in case there are winners from other clubs, they might have been to an area, now they cannot come from here. So now it again depends that if you do not have candidates, you do not have contestants, then yes, it can again be nomination. And we can have a showcase kind of a thing. But just check it out, because this particular area I know has clubs that the last time also we had very few people. Most of them
Yeah.
had positions in their districts and all, so they couldn't compete. So we didn't really have much contestants in this area last year also. तभी तो आगे तक चली गई.
I remember.
Yeah, so we have Husne Khitabat, that is an active club right now, but it's not in good standing as of today. We have Internal Knowledge Toastmasters Champion, which is in too much of a good standing, but I don't know if they are holding contests. So, but yeah, no matter what, even if it's just one club, I believe the area contest has to take place.
Yes.
So
Pick up a date right now. Any date after the
yeah,
date.
we can reach out to maybe the area director and do
What's
our
his
part
name?
at least.
What's his name?
Who is the
Tell me
area
the
Uh,
name.
director?
Tell me
Who's
the
the
name.
area director?
DTM Tata. A test for you.
How come you're not
yeah, I
thinking?
remember the name. It's Masa Ali Maheen Khan.
Ali
Yeah.
Makil Khan. Yeah.
You know what, Toastmaster Iram, the way you are asking who's the area director, the same question was asked by Toastmaster Rahma, and she asked who is the division director, and you know, at that time who was the division director? His own father.
Oh my God! Yes,
And
Unil.
she asked this question in, I think, March. Like the year was year completion.
And
But
what's his
okay, it was
name?
just
Okay.
Dr. Anil.
Oh,
Dr.
Dr.
Anil.
Anil. Dr.
But
Anil.
if you do not get a response from area director in 2 days time, 2 working days time, because now we are on a work from tomorrow to be working days, then straight away drop in an email to the division director and PQD and take the date yourself. Then division director's team, there's a division PQ. That person takes care of the area contest, because we had a
Okay.
situation in Dubai where when DTM Deepa's father passed away, and she was in grieving for 2 months. So nobody actually got in touch with her ke area contest karaye, kuch karaye. So the division's PQ did everything for that area.
Okay, I asked Toastmaster Moiz about the area contest, and he said that Toastmaster Alim is quite busy in his new job. So the division director will going to organize this area 10 contest after Ramadan.
We should
All right.
actually start practicing. वो किसी को करना चाहिए that, you know, once they can't do their leadership role, they should resign.
When they're
Start practicing in Pakistan, honestly.
live stream, right?
Yeah, this
They
is
should
a
Yeah.
resign. People usually
And this
resign,
is
and then they have such big roles and they are gone, and it's understandable. Zindagi mein ho jata hai, then you should resign. Just pass it on to your area PQ. Let them get the credit for that year instead of you hijacking it by not doing it and someone else doing it. So this really needs to be.
So
टोस्टमास्टर इमरान आप ले लें ये रोल और अगले साल किसी बहाने से रिजाइन करें ताकि वो समझ आएगी ना ऐसा भी करना होता है
oh,
नहीं सही, आप सही कह रही हैं कि मतलब भाई नहीं हो रहा तो रिजाइन करें, रिजाइन करना सीखना चाहिए मेरे ख्याल से।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल
हमें आता नहीं।
वो मैं सोच रही हूँ मैं रिजाइन कर दूं अभी।
let me interrupt.
मैं
Before getting resigned, before someone is asked to resign, there are problems that to take the position also we say, ले लो यार हो जाएगा, position ले
yeah,
लो.
yeah.
Maybe I'm not willing it, but there are people who we get in touch. How many years now? Everybody area role ले लो, area भाई माफ
कुछ नहीं
करो,
होता
मैं नहीं कर
एरिया में
सकता.
कुछ नहीं होता कॉन्टेस्ट कराना होता है बस
You know what?
Exactly.
नहीं होता फिर भी नहीं होता है, मैंने देखा है.
But the thing is, there is also one thing that people tend to, okay, wait a minute, let me